عسلامة مرحبا بكم في درس جديد من دروس تونيجين اونلاين تيتشرز. معكم مدام رانيا خليل من اساتذة تونس على الويب. الدرس اللي حضرته لكم اليوم الاوبجيكتيف نتاعو هو تمكينكم من التألق في اجتماعات عمل مع شركات أجنبية أو معاملات وصفقات دولية. كيفاش تقدم مقترحاتك، كيفاش تقدم أفكارك، كيفاش تعترض على نقاط أو تساند نقاط، كيفاش تنجم اللغة الإنجليزية تخدم لصالحك في اجتماعات عمل أجنبية. My main objective is to boost your fluency and communicative skills in business meetings. The next lesson will help you negotiate terms, make business deals, and hopefully sign contracts. So let's get down to business. باش نبداو لقاءات العمل، نبداو بالهدف من اللقاء وبأهم النقاط اللي باش نتناولوها في الاجتماع. I would like to thank you all for coming. The main objective or the main purpose of this meeting is, let's start by having a look at the main points. Before we begin, shall we have a look at the main points on the agenda? In case of a formal meeting, اللي هو جدول الأعمال. We are here today to announce. Our aim is to discuss. If you're the chairman, وهو اللي يترأس الاجتماع, you can use this sentence. I've called this meeting in order to study. باش نعطيكم an example. We are here today to discuss the terms of our new contract with CBS company, as well as go over the major decisions. How to express an opinion. القدرة على الإقناع هي القدرة على تقديم الفكرة بطريقة ذكية وبأسلوب مناسب. d'habitude شنو نقولوا in my opinion, I think that، وهما نستعملوهم عادة في تقديم أفكارنا. To sound more convincing, we can use different expressions like I strongly believe that, I am convinced that, I am confident that this will certainly contribute to an increase in, for example. I really feel that the way I see things is, the point I'm trying to make is, I need to point out a very important thing, which is. أفكارنا ساعات نجم تعبر على شكوك أو تخوفات. Opinions might include worries, dissatisfaction, doubts about certain things. So you can say, I am concerned about, for example, the cost of shipment. I am worried about, and you state it. I have doubts about. I am not confident with the new policy, for example. I am dissatisfied with the new legislation. I doubt that, for example, this procedure will be fruitful. We can also express our opinion by commenting on certain facts. For example, we can use, that's interesting, good point, I get your point, I see what you mean. Asking for opinions. مناقشة الأفكار تتطلب منك طرح المسائل بطريقة واضحة والاستماع إلى مختلف الآراء. These questions can help you stimulate discussions and display or present different views. What are your views on? Do you have any suggestions for? Would you like to share your concerns about this issue? How do you feel about, for example, our new product? Are you positive about? Do you really think that? هذه الجمل تساعدكم على الاطلاع على الأفكار وانطباعات المسؤولين اللي حاضرين في الاجتماع واللي رايهم أساسي في تسيير الأمور. How to make suggestions. How do we support our arguments? الدفاع على مقترحاتنا والاستناد على أسباب موضوعية يزيد من فرصنا في الإقناع. The most important reason for this is, I'm basing my solution on 3 ideas, 3 points, or 3 reasons. Firstly, secondly, last but not least. How to agree with proposals. المفاوضات الكل تشمل عديد النقاط، منها اللي نوافق عليها ومنها اللي نتعارضوا معها. When we agree, we can say, I completely agree with your suggestion. I think your proposal is acceptable. That sounds great. I'm all in favor of that. We fully support your proposal. How to disagree. النجمو زادة نعترضوا أو نرفضوا اقتراحات أو أفكار. يلزمنا نعرفوا كيفاش نعترضوا بطريقة سلسة وحكيمة، ويلزمنا نتفاداو الرفض القاطع للأفكار المختلفة. دونك كي تقول no ولا I disagree، هذو ما ينجموا يحدوا من فرص التفاوض. So you can use these statements instead. I understand your point, but our position is different from yours. I'm afraid we can't agree on this point. بما معنى متأسف، مش معناتها خائف، متأسف. I'm afraid. I can see what you mean, but we do not look at things from the same perspective. The way I see it is. Or, I don't completely agree. You see, and then you explain your point of view. I can see your point, however. As you can see, when we disagree, we always need to explain why or present an alternative. أحيانا نضطر باش نقاطع المتكلم، إما للتوضيح أو لإبداء الرأي. Donc, we can use such expressions. Sorry to interrupt, but could I raise a question here? Could I come in here for a moment? With your permission, I would like to comment on when you state your point. Could I just make a point before you move on? Or simply, you can just use these statements. May I have a word? If I may, I think that. Excuse me for interrupting. I need to point out something important. How to politely avoid answering a question. في بعض الأحيان نتعرض لأسئلة تحطنا في مأزق، إما ما عندناش الإجابة عليها أو تنقصنا المعلومات أو نحبوا نتفاداو الإجابة عليها tout simplement. شنو نجم نقولوا بذكاء؟ I am not in a position to comment on that now. Maybe later. I am not sure it is the appropriate time to discuss this. Or, we will discuss this issue later because of time restrictions. How to clarify or ask for clarification. كيفاش توضح آرائك أو تتأكد من وصول المعلومة بكل وضوح. The point I'm trying to make is, let me put this differently. لهنا تعاود تطرح المسألة بطريقة مختلفة. I'd like to be clear about this point. You re-explain للتوضيح أو لتأكيد المعلومة. How to ask for clarification. How to avoid misunderstanding. So we can say, I'm afraid I don't quite understand your point. I am not sure I understand your position. Could you please clarify? Could you be more specific? Could we have some more details, please? Let me make sure I got your point. Do you mean that? ولهنا توضح له الفكرة اللي وصلت لك بطبيعة الحال. إذا كان غلطة باش يصلح لك. When we ask for clarification, we might also request information. So when we are requesting information, we can use, please could you, I'd like you to, would you mind, I wonder if you could, and sometimes we can also ask for repetition. I'm afraid I didn't understand that. Could you repeat what you said, please? I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that, please? I missed that. Could you say it again, please? Could you explain one more time? How to conclude. قبل ما نقفلوا الاجتماع نحوصلوا أهم النقاط اللي وافقنا عليها. Let's look at what we decided to do. Shall we try to sum up the main points of our discussion? وإن شاء الله ديما اجتماعات لبزنس مان متاعنا يفاو بي. I think we reached an agreement. I think we have a deal. ما تنساوش تدخلوا على السيت نتاعنا TOT، تسجلوا وتقدموا اقتراحاتكم في دروس أنجلي بروفيسيونيل تحبوني نحضرها لكم أنا ولا زملائي. It will be my pleasure to help. See you soon. Please like and subscribe.